and welcome to episode 9 of OSW Playlist, an exclusive roundup of what your boy, Jay Hunter, that's me, and here comes a new challenger. What's this? I am joined by Viwana.
How's that crack?
Because we just recorded something cool with Matt McMuscles that may or may not be out by the time you hear this.
Timelines, eh?
On my jaunt through the last month of playing and watching stuff. So it'll be more of a string of consciousness with looser editing. The deal being that I have to get the video recorded, edited and uploaded all in one day so it doesn't interfere with OSW scheduling. It's supposed to be 10 to 15 minutes long, but we'll see when we finish. So let's get to it!
Did you know Miss Cavell?
We were neighbours. She was always kind to me.
So you didn't hear anything?
No.
First up, In Darkness. Imprisoning me. All that I see. Absolutely. Actually, it's not a horror, it's a thriller from May 2018, directed by Anthony Byrne, starring Natalie Dormer. Best known for being Queen Marjorie in Game of Thrones, and also that one time she accidentally kissed Jennifer Lawrence. Oh, splicy.
Hi. Oh my god! I'm sorry. Sorry. We just kissed on camera. And I liked it.
They meant to kiss each other on the cheek and they both just kissed.
Nice.
It was pretty great. And then they had a laugh.
And the world stopped turning for a few seconds.
Tissue sales just through the roof. Like, you know. Actually, she did main event a horror film 2 years ago called The Forest. She pulled double duty as she was herself and her twin who had gone missing, presumably dead.
So if you're wrestling and you do double duty, you get paid twice, right?
No.
No. You know, like if you're John Cena and Juan Cena in the same night, are you getting paid twice?
Well, Juan Cena, yes. CM Punk, no.
Aww.
It's actually set in the quite real suicide forest in Japan.
Oh, it's where your man...
No, he's not getting anything on this show. But they actually filmed in Serbia because they couldn't actually go into the forest itself.
Well, it's quite risky, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're going around filming a movie and, oh shit, there's a dead body. You know?
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the coolest settings for a horror film that hasn't been done much. Done a few times, but not really. Japan actually downplay it because they don't want people flocking to the forest. You know, they don't want to promote that. The Okigahara Forest, 50 deaths in 2010, I think. The film is bollocks, but reading up on the forest is really interesting. So, a great Wikipedia read. So, yeah, fuck. Anyway, Natalie Dormer. Thumbs up. In Darkness, the big scar coming out of this movie was there was gratuitous nudity. First off, Natalie co-wrote and produced the film, so it's her call. Dickhead, shut up. And the second one is she does get them out, but the scenes are spliced with like arty stuff. Like, oh, well, there's her in the shower cross-cut with an autopsy. So, like, it's boner killer stuff. So, it doesn't really count.
So, that like the movie is actively trying to keep you from having a Tommy Tank? Like.
Yeah, it didn't work, though. What's the Vig? Natters is a blind pianist called Sophia. We see her playing film score music, which is her job, and that also doubles as the movie's score. So, thumbs up. She lives in a London flat underneath some couple who are always fighting. I thought being blind is a great excuse for having like a stone face, just no emoting. It's like Terminator and why you'd have Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know? Maybe it's just her face. I love the kayfabe booking. Like she's playing at this event, one song she performs, and that she's done for the night.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, when they have boxing pay-per-views in the movies, there's just the main event. Everyone goes home after 4 minutes. Or like WWE Stone Age SmackDown. They went straight to the main event. Anyway.
Nice.
We get a look-see at what it'd be like being independent and blind. I thought it was actually really cool. She navigates the tube easy enough, but has to get off at another stop thanks to the train breaking down. I was like, that's terrifying.
Yeah, because like I would imagine, if you've been dealing with this every day of your life, you've systems and you counts and you know your way around. Yeah, that'd be terrifying.
Something really 80s happens in it. It's like you want to get a guy over as a babyface. They have like an attempted rape scene. Like she's in a bad part of town and people are like, hey, what's going on? Where are you going, beautiful? And then a guy comes and saves her. It's like, and that gets you over as a babyface, So her neighbours are having a row again, and the abused neighbour's scent is liquid gold. I was like, holy shit, your boyfriend is human trafficking, or maybe some Saudi oil money, or that's crazy, unless that's just a name. I don't know. I'm not up on women's scents, but wowzers. That's Emily Ratajkowski. Yes, well done.
She's stunning.
Bit of domestic, and Emily flies past Natter's window and down 2 stories. She's dead. Is it murder? Did her boyfriend kill her? That's what you're thinking. And the guy saw Natalie in the elevator. So there we go. 50 minutes into a 100-minute film, halfway through. It's going very well. Shit. And then it completely changes tack into some spy thriller action. There's Russians and a USB, secret commie agents and other bullshit. And the pacing jerks you around. It changes tone and genre. 1 minute she's playing the piano. Out of nowhere, she's kidnapped, having her fingers broken. Dude throws a guy in front of a green screen van and gets mowed down. And never mind that, you're living in the past. Quit living in the past.
What?
That's all just...
Sounds like it fell off a cliff.
Oh my God. I was like, what is wrong with doing a horror film about a blind protagonist? That is an awesome setup. Such fertile ground there.
It's actually been done before. I can't remember what the movie's called, but there was...
Yeah. Don't Breathe? With
this movie's old.
Right. I'll get there, Steve. That's one with the kind of Kevin Nash looking army vet that gets burgled and he's blind, but he's going to
That's
beat
a
the
good
shit.
movie.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, that's the turkey baster, isn't it? Shit.
You will never look at turkey basers.
It's ruined them forever.
Yes. Yeah, great fun, super tense. Then Hush from 2 years ago. That was decently average home invasion movie. It had the wrestling booking of pay attention, this is important, camera shots in it, which thumbs up. And 2 years before that, they had Late Phases, which was an indie werewolf movie. So, I don't know. 2 years before that, though, Guillermo del Toro had Julia's Eyes, Los Ojos de Julia, which had Julia lose her eyesight. Well, it worsened as she investigated the death of her twin sister. It's a bit of supernatural horror. I'd actually thumbs up. I enjoyed that a lot. And of course, Daredevil with Ben Affleck. Its own special type of horror.
Ooh. Do you know what? I've never seen that movie.
A lucky man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of backstory told in silent flashbacks. Nightmares of a traumatic childhood in Bosnia. So the first act there is quite grounded. Domestic dispute, blind, couple of dangly plot points and moving pieces. It could have been very cool, a tense horror film, but it sprawls out in this gauntlet of shitty fight choreography, Russo revelations like, oh, I'm your father and also your brother,
My God.
And even some time for some half-assed love story between the two, and it was like, use your whole ass.
Just like Rikishi did.
So In Darkness is a dud. I still love you, Natalie, and see you for the next one.
I love how actors can get so over that you just buy into anything that they do. It's a good gimmick.
It's good shit. Positive note, I only buried my head in my hands once watching this film, and there's this really cringy line. It's like, they're after killing this bad guy. And it's like, oh, I had him, he was mine. No, you would have regretted it for the rest of your life.
I love the way we anytime we're reading these terrible lines, they're all read in the kind of South Park voice.
Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. Later that day. Bit of Simpsons in there too. So, In Darkness is out on streaming and on DVD for a $5 or on torrent for free. But you might have to see it 1-to-1 though. That's where they get you.
Yeah.
It sound good?
No. Natters is not one of my acting boys or Colleen's the way she's with you. So, no, I'd say I'd give that a miss by the sounds of it.
It's a solid miss.
It's a solid miss.
A new Fire Pro Wrestling game, huh? I got this.
Kenny Omega's starting out strong. An elbow to the face. Omega won't take this sitting down. And a low blow. He'll be feeling that tomorrow. Kota Ibushi's at the ropes. Begging Kenny to tag him in. Who do you have in your corner?
Tag a friend, and we'll see you in the ring.
Fire Pro Wrestling World, available August 28th.
All right, let's do it. It's time for your main event. 10 minutes into the video.
Yeah.
Ooh, before we start, Dan from Koch Media, who are doing marketing for the UK launch on Thursday, fan of the show, sent us copies of Fire Pro Wrestling World for us to play and to give to you guys.
Awesome, you fucking animal, yeah.
Man, try to play it as cool as I can. It's like, we might be interested, maybe. I'll make you wait.
And on the inside, you're fucking sweating bullets. Like.
Oh, marked out hard. Because this was as soon as it was coming out, I was buying it. And it's like, do you want to do some press and get some copies to give to the lads? I was like, I got maybe. But, this won't colour our opinion on it or any of that shit. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. Fire Pro Wrestling World, made by Spike Chunsoft. Going since 1989.
Yeah, holy shit.
Spike Chunsoft, the lads who made Danganronpa.
Donkey Romper!
Na 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 na.
Oh my god, you've named 2 games and they're 2 of my favourite in that genre.
Which means they also did Virtue's Last Reward.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, and also 428 Shibuya, which with a future review coming soon.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Soundtrack on it's really good.
Shibuya Scramble. Sounds amazing.
And they also did Fire Pro Wrestling Returns back in 2005. Steve, what do you remember about it?
I remember it looking awesome because most wrestling games by this point had moved into like polygon models, 3D models with their terrible dangly hair, which wrestling in 2018 still hasn't sorted. State of your hair, ukes. Get this fixed, mate. But I love how it looks, and I love how it's a love letter to wrestling and its fans. Basically, I would put Fire Pro into the same kind of category as Pro Evo is to soccer. It's like FIFA is the big game. It's the one with the licenses. It's the big dog. That's the one that sends millions, but this is the one that fans love. And, you can go on the net and download wrestlers that other people made. And, I've always loved what it is to these types of games as well,
Did you order the US or the Italian version?
So
this is for the for Fire Pro Returns.
PS2.
Yeah.
I really, really wanted it. I went to all the game shops. Nowhere had it. And so then I eventually did manage to find a copy on like eBay or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, it's the EU copy. This is fucking amazing. Got to buy it. Get to buy it. Fire Pro. And came out, throw it in the PS2, and it's like nothing. It turned out I had ordered the Italian version and it absolutely wouldn't work. Didn't work in the PC when I downloaded the PS2 emulator. Nothing worked.
Did you pour any Italian sauce on it? Any olive oil, maybe?
So I never got to play that version.
Oh, you're saying the huge thing about Fire Pro is the customization. Usually in this, the roster is all creator wrestlers, but this time they've licensed a decent chunk of the New Japan roster, which is very cool. Actually, some of SWA as well. All in all, there's 39, which is relatively paltry to WWE 2K18's 220 strong roster. But do you want to play as Tanahashi or Apollo Crews?
Exactly. Tanners all the way.
Fire Pro is an independent game, which is why they have such a massive, I don't think the word means as much as it does, but a massive in-depth creator wrestler. And that's the pitch of Fire Pro.
You can literally make any wrestling character that you can think of, you can make him or her perfectly.
There's a move editor, and it comes with over 1,000 moves as well. So it's holy shit. When I open up the customization on it and just looking at your faces, there's over 600 faces.
I was overwhelmed.
Yes.
Completely. I'm I will leave this to people with more time and talent than me, but I will download what you've made. Meow, meow, meow.
I was describe customization in one word. It's intimidating.
Yeah.
It's like an RPG. I spent the first 2 hours of it trying to make my character.
Yeah. You could probably spend more time making people and building up your roster than actually playing with them,
Yeah. Yeah, 600 faces, and they all look alike. A lot of them are very ugly, though. I have to say, it's like, man, I didn't realize trolls exist. I hope you're not modeled on real people. Like, I imagine it'd be better on PC if you could upload your own design, like actually design something and put that in, maybe. I don't know. A lot of work there. A question, you're saying, so I was playing this on the PS4. You fimbled this on Steam, right?
I bought this on Steam the day it came out.
Is that August 2017?
It's out about a year or so, yeah. And like, I love playing it. It's so much fun. It feels more like the older wrestling games, like a No Mercy.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
or a WCW versus NWO Revenge. You know, like, it's one of those up plus a button does X move rather than, you know, the kind of like Mortal Kombat type moves of the earlier games. But yeah, so, you know, love playing it, but it's quite jarring. When it came out, it was quite bare bones, you know? You've like normal match types, tag, rumbles, tournaments, and when you're making those matches, there's so many rules and things like that you can turn on. So like, you can literally make the match that you want. You know, you can have a 2-on-1 with no time limit, but with countouts, but with blood, and you know, you can mix and match things, and that's really, really awesome. But other than that, there's not that much else to do in the PC version. The makers have promised that they were going to bring out a GM mode. I think they said they were going to bring that out in January. That's still not out.
Yeah, it sucks. It's like they stopped work on the PC version to bring out the PS4 release.
Yeah.
And I think this release in general, even in the UK, is quite rushed. Like, I think the UK people didn't know there was a UK version coming out until late in the day.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of the DLC is actually in the PS4 version.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, when you're saying about match types, they include like a barbed wire deathmatch. Is that in there?
Yes.
A landmine.
Yeah.
S1 strikes only.
Yes.
And gruesome fighting.
I don't know what gruesome fighting is.
It's an MMA match in a 12-sided cage.
Oh,
quick,
meow.
make AJ and Frank Trigg.
Yes.
So I actually did whack on barbed wire match, and first thing, all right, run off the ropes, bang, split open.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
And seeing blood, it's like, whoa, jeez.
It's quite jarring
Yeah,
in games as well, yeah.
And the landmine is where you chuck someone on the outside and it goes boom.
It's boots.
It's quite farty. As you were saying with the gameplay, very much N64 No Mercy. And
It's fun.
And the isometric view, and it's like kind of cartoony art style as well.
Animations in it are fabulous. I really love how it looks, how it moves, how it feels. Like, it's the most fun wrestling game to play in. God, it must be 13, 14 years, you know? Like, on that, double thumbs up. Absolutely. But just, you know, based on the version that I've played, it doesn't have any single player mode, which I believe the PS4...
You don't have Fighting Road? The storyline?
No.
Holy fuck.
No, we literally
That's
just
the big
have
pitch.
matches. And
Holy shit.
that's it. Matches and making characters. So, you know, like, I totally get why fans are salty, you know?
Okay. That's the first thing I tried out. Is like, all right, let's do the storyline mode and see what they have. And you start off in the New Japan dojo and you're being trained, and Nagata is there laughing at you as well.
That's awesome.
And big banger, like, well, Spike jumps off 999 and Virtue's Last Reward with the kind of, it's the text-based animated novel with the stills, you know? So
Join NJPW as a young lion. Pick your favorite stable and battle for the glory of the IWGP Championship.
So just like personal experience playing Fighting Road, which is the storyline mode. The first match, oh man, I was like Greg the gas tank, fucking Valentine that blown up after 3 minutes.
Yes.
Just like in real life. And then it proceeded to have a 20-minute stinker with another trainee. And it's like, I was too tired, I can't even pit him. And he was too tired, so it just went, oh my God. The worst match in New Japan history.
This is like when Jay wrestles OOC in WBW. the 5 moves of doom.
But this was in Japan though, so, you know, Dave Meltzer.
You bring disrespect on your family. So you're telling me that this match only got 6 stars?
6.25. Oh, it was great because I just named my character OSW Nogger, so just to see what I say. And like Tanahashi's like, sorry Nogger, I really thought you'd win that one.
Oh yeah,
That is my better luck next time screen now. Then I went on the famed OOC losing streak. I have to say, like, this game, it is not pick up and play. I think the 2005 one was a button masher. And this one is like,
It's timed.
You're going to have to put work into, timing and grappling and, strategy,
Yeah.
It's an intense, there's work needed to be done here. So I picked Tanahashi, got jobbed out by El Desperado, then played as Okada, jobbed out to Tamatonga.
Yeah.
Man. But I did win a battle royal with Kenny Omega.
Did you come in last?
No, it's battle royal, so everyone's in together.
Oh, okay, sorry, everyone's in.
Oh man, marked out. So I picked like the Golden Lovers, and it was with Funky Weapon. So what I could do is I stand next to the ropes and then grapple, and then I whipped. I can do the Irish whip, which all Irish people can.
Yes, we are born with that talent.
Yes. So I'm like a modern day berserker. And then I tried out my tryout match opponent again, and after 16 minutes, I was the victor.
Nice.
My God, I won with a fucking rest hold. Steve.
Yeah.
There was a headlock.
Yeah.
I think he's just, I'm done. I'm out. I've had it.
Even I'm bored of this match. Like, would you mark out if this game had a Dave Meltzer sprite
Holy shit.
who rated your match?
Oh, book it.
Yeah.
DLC or
DLC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit. With every match, I enjoyed the game more as you figure out how to play it. So definitely have to put a couple of hours into it. But you can have, I think, up to 8 people in it. And I was playing as the Golden Lovers, and getting to do the Golden Trigger was fucking, because they have a special animation for it and voices. I was,
It sounds like they put love into this, which is exactly what I want.
It's just a shame. It sounds like they brought out the PC version out way too early. It's not like their vision of the game.
It's bare bones.
Was it still an alpha or what?
Don't know actually, but like what they said was they promised to bring out the GM mode in January, and they promised to have the Fighting Road out for the same time as the US release of the PS4 version, and we're coming up to the UK release, and they don't have either yet. And I was just looking at their page, and it's just fans giving out to them, and they just seem to have their fingers in their ears. They're not answering, and that's making people more.
Oh, right.
Angry.
They're doing a Sean Murray.
They're just going la 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 la, and
18 quintillion wrestlers.
and it's like kind of a bit pissy, because if it wasn't for the people who bought this version, you wouldn't have gotten the chance to make the PS4 version. So putting them on the back shelf is
That's quite cunty.
Yeah, it's quite cunty.
Yeah. The other big thing about the PS4 version is, for the first one, there is online play, and you kind of combine that with customizing your own wrestler. That's fucking endgame awesomeness there.
Yeah,
like
Black Rain versus the Booty Man has to happen.
Yeah, you can download other people's creations via FPW.net, which is awesome. There's also a ring editor and a belts editor. Just before we wrap up, just a couple of...
The Altana Tournament DLC.
Oh my God!
Skinny knock for the win.
Holy shit!
Seagull.
A couple of improvements I'd like to see. One of them is, can I have a HUD, please? I'd love to know how weak your opponent is and how close you are to gassing out as well. I get that it's supposed to be like in reality if you're actually wrestling, but it's a hindrance to me, especially learning.
Well, I don't see the problem in having it as an option for people who wanted more gamey than sim. You know?
Yeah. And starting at the dojo, I wish there was some kind of tutorial mode on just how to play the game in general, as opposed to just dropping you in.
There
trial
actually
by fire.
is on the PC version. I don't know. Like, it's not really a tutorial. It's
you fight a big bag of rice.
Hi-oh! Basically, I think it's called mission mode. And there's like 30 separate missions, and it just teaches you different things about the game. Mission 1 might be hit 10 Irish whips. And then
I'll be all over that.
And then it just teaches you how to play it move by move, basically.
Oh yeah, that's in the PS4 version. Oh, that's not in the PS4 version. Delete as appropriate. I actually have to have a look for that. It does play like the old school SmackDown games as well. Back in 2003, kind of Here Comes the Painy, that was like that.
The last great SmackDown game.
Yeah. But personally, I'm not a wrestling fan. I'm a sports entertainment fan. I wish there was more emphasis on characters and storylines, because there's some really cool characters in there, and kind of entrances, promos. Give me the sizzle as well as the stage.
Yeah,
more sizzle.
Is there an option to like download music and import entrance music and things like that?
I couldn't find it, but I'm sure there is.
Yeah, because as you know, that matters just as much in the overall big picture of wrestling than the actual wrestling.
Yeah. But like, it is a giant leap for Fire Pro to do Fighting Road in
Yes.
the first place. So hopefully they go kind of more in that sizzle, not steak direction as well.
Thank you, Lance.
So anyway, that's our review of Fire Pro Wrestling World. What actually, he played the kind of inferior PC version, but what do you think?
I mean, look, even if I'm playing the version that doesn't have Fighting Road and GM mode, I'd absolutely recommend it. Like, if you like wrestling games and just playing them, it's the best one there's been in well over 10 years. So even on the version that I am playing, I'd recommend it. I can't wait to play Fighting Road. I'm sure I'm going to absolutely love it. So yeah, pick it up or make a song for the contest. Make us laugh, make us mark out. You don't need talent. You don't need to get music. You just need to make us laugh and be with a chance to win yourself a copy, and then join us for the next Fire Pro Fight Big.
Stephen, tell me about this Fight Big.
Oh my god, it's just gonna be us having the crack. I do plan on having a boys' night, which is where we can only wrestle as certified boys. So you're gonna have to get in there, either download wrestlers that other people have made, or else get in there and make your favorite boys. And join me on Twitch TV/OSW Review and see who's the king of the boys.
Awesome, man. Steve, you are a plugging machine.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we have a competition, make an OSW song, and we've got 6 copies of the PS4 version of Fire Pro. I think it's Region 2. So like if you're in the US, it might just be a lovely bit of plastic with our scribbles on it. Alright, so that'll do it for this amazing whopper bumper edition of OSW Playlist. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any thoughts, feelings, or comments about Natalie Dormer or Fire Pro Wrestling, I'd love to hear them in the comments.
I don't want to hear all of your feelings about Natters.
Just the one. In Darkness is out to pirate now, and Fire Pro Street Date on the UK is Thursday, September 28th. Latest OSW was episode 74, the debut of Narcissus at the 93 Rumble. Don't tease me, legs. Your legs, they're so evil.
Limited.
Oh, he was so angry about that comment.
The best moment I've had recording in a while. I
Calling
loved it.
him limited. Unbelievable. Next up is a Smack'em Whack'em, a 2-hour Coliseum home video exclusive
Exclusive.
with 3 Bret Hart matches and the real main event, which happens halfway through the show, which is Yoko's
Repo versus Typhoon. Berserker.
Repo Earthquake, I think it is. Yeah?
Yes, sorry,
Yeah.
Repo Quake.
Did you
Yeah.
say Repo Quake?
Repo versus Quake Muffin.
Excellent. Yokozuna just eating for 15 minutes, which is whopper. And the next Nugger U video will be Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which is one of my favorite reviews we've done. And after that, we'll have the next installment of Super OSW 64, level 16. So we'll catch you next month for October's OSW playlist. So it's a goodbye from V1
Take a boo.
and myself, Jay Hunter. See you in the funny pages. And remember, a winner is you. Man, I think that went really well.
That was lots of fun.
Jeez, we motored through that. Poor old Natalie Dormer, she got a stuffing.